Welcome to the NBA Coast to Coast podcast, brought to you by thelines.com. Coming to you from the West Coast, Josh Lander, joined by Nate Weitzer. He's on the East Coast. And we're looking at the second game here on Friday night, the Western Conference semis. We got the Thunder and the Nuggets going in game 3 back in Denver. We've also got an episode up for the Eastern Conference game of the night, Cavs-Pacers. Still don't know exactly who's playing for the Cavs, but we've got some looks in that one for you guys with some optimism that those Cavs players are playing. So definitely want to make sure to check that out and continue to follow along for the rest of this postseason with us. Nate, let's go ahead and jump right into what we've got. You called it for sure. That game 2 was not close from the moment the ball tipped. You were expecting that and bet accordingly. So let's see what we've got here for the game 3.
Yeah, but I'm just going with props here. I don't know if the Nuggets if that was just them being like, okay, we didn't have it that one, or if this series still, I don't have a pulse on in the entire series, or whether the Thunder are just going to blow them away at this point. But I like Chet. I mean, I don't know if you want to go over 15.5 points for the better price, but I think if you add the 8 rebounds here, 23.5 PR, you have more outs. There's definitely a chance he gets double-digit boards again, and I mean, we're looking at like plus 180 for the double-double here. He just was way more aggressive after basically blowing game 1 and coming up short of some props because of that. I mean, short of his scoring and short of his rebounding just because of the way they schemed it up, right? They decided to put him on Joker in the post, and that was just like food, and it's like, hello, here comes a 40 burger. So they did the logical thing in game 2 and put him help side, put Hartenstein on him, and all of a sudden 21 rebound chances for Chet, only grabbed 11, deferred on a few. Ihart all the way down to 13, just boxing out Jokic. But Chet in general has grabbed more contested boards than Hart. He can get higher, and you know, even though he's not as physical with these guys, Gordon and Joker, he can get above them and pretty much just like high point those rebounds. And as far as scoring, I mean, his last 5 road playoff games, we're talking 17.5. We're talking not even good 3-point shooting, 73% on twos, going to the basket, getting about 5 free throw attempts a game. He mixed it up pretty well here in game 2, got out in transition though, which is key. I mean, both teams are trying to run here because the Nuggets know that the Thunder half-court defense is tough to deal with. So he's going to get some opportunities there. I mean, the Nuggets turnover issues could rear again and give OKC some runouts. But in any case, I mean, they're allowing the most paint points in the playoffs, 56.5 paint points at home in that series against the Clippers. And I mean, yeah, Aaron Gordon's going to be on J-Dub. So who's left? You know, he either gets Joker, he gets MPJ, or Denver goes kind of hybrid zone again, and Chet could potentially hit some threes. And I mean, in the opener against Denver this season, 25-14 without hitting a 3. So again, it's just being aggressive, getting in there. And don't have to depend on that 3-point variance with this guy.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I don't know what to. My thing on Chet personally is like I want to see more in the playoffs. That'll be interesting to see too. Is the minutes, because it did seem like game 1 some foul trouble. Both he and Ihart, neither of them see 30. Probably would have gotten. That's the biggest problem with game 2 is I knew from the jump, I was like, if this is a blowout, we're not going to learn anything. It's not going to help us with game 3, which is, I think, what you were talking about for the series in general, where you were like, this game feels like a throwaway from the jump. So how are we supposed to really take anything seriously from it, right? When it was just over in the first quarter. But I think the Chet stuff, if you believe in the way that he looked in game 2, then yeah, extrapolate that out just a tad bit. I'm trying to say, and you'll get some good numbers for him if he plays normal minutes. So let me go to Aaron Gordon. Another guy I can say similar things about from game 2. I like his boards once again. We're getting plus here, plus 120 for the 7 boards, over 6.5. And I don't know if that'll come down too far. I imagine it'll get back closer to even and plus 100, but at the same time, I would still take that. Like, I love Aaron Gordon rebounds. I love him at about a 9 board per game guy in this situation when he's playing in a normal game, not a blowout, getting his normal minutes. So I'm going to go back to it. I mean, he had 5 in 25 minutes in this last one on 8 rebound chances. And honestly, the fact that he even got 8 rebound chances against a team that shot 71% from the field in the first quarter and 53% from the field in the second quarter. And better than 50% in the third quarter as well. Like, because of that, I would say it's very tough to gauge the rebound chances as, an anomaly or not. But 8 rebound chances against a team scoring that much and missing that few shots, that would make me believe that those are only going to continue to go up, especially when dudes averaging 19.5 rebound chances against this team since last season in the 4 games where he's played 30 plus minutes. And if you even just look at the games where he didn't play nearly as many minutes, but you still look at the rebound chances, it's, if you extrapolate it out once again, it does come out to about 19 rebound chances. And that's in about per 36 for him against this team. So 7.5 is just too little. It's not like this is a team where you're worried, well, it's man, they've got Rudy Gobert, Naz Reid, and Julius Randle out there at the same time. So I don't think it's not like that. Aaron Gordon is the strongest dude on the court after Joker, in my opinion. And like, there's only one guy that can really battle with him. There's a few guys in the league that can battle with him. He's playing out of his mind. He's guarding J-Dub. It's definitely put him in positions when J-Dub is off ball to get there, because there is a lot of like, well, if SGA is not, putting the ball up, well, the defense is focused on him. But if, J-Dub gets the ball kicked out to him, Aaron Gordon's already in good position either way. Like, he's in a great spot on the floor guarding J-Dub in terms of like sort of the extended wing out there, and then helping off a bit on Shea, as we've seen, which they've tried to do a lot and didn't do just successfully in the last game. But either way, the rebound chances are there for him. This is not a great rebounding team. I'm going to go back to this after he didn't hit it and we're getting better odds. There's so many good reasons for why he didn't hit it that I'm happy to go back to it.
Yeah, I mean, 25 minutes, you said it. But I mean, this is part of why I do like Chet. I think it's kind of like challenging him physically to be able to board up with this dude. And I like the way he responded in game 2. So, I mean, hopefully both of them get it. Clearly, we're leaning a little bit under here if we're just continuing to target rebounds. And I like SGA 5.5 rebounds at plus 128. I saw it as high as. I just think this is an overcorrection after, again, with somebody only played 30 minutes, somebody who's going to play 40 here if this game is close as the spread indicates. And after he goes 10 of 18 rebound chances in game 1, it's going to be a good situation for him again to be able to pinch down and get some of these mid-range boards, because he's guarding Christian Brown, sometimes Russ or MPJ, basically flying in from the corner to either help on Joker or to just try to grab the board at the end of the possession. And OKC is just like more than happy to let these guys shoot threes, even MPJ, which is the reason I'm not actually willing to fade him. I had some notes in there, and then I go and see OKC gave up 19 wide open threes, including 6 to MPJ, and he only hit like 1 or 2 of them. And that's not good regression to target here. So I mean, but they're going to continue to do that. They gotta adjust to not let Joker get 40, basically, and that falls on SGA to an extent. He is a bit better rebounder in the playoffs, 7.2 in the last year's playoffs per game. We went up to 8 rebounds per game, along with more assists in that Dallas series, because again, they were big, they were crashing the offensive glass, and OKC needed help down there. So, I mean, if you want to add the points, of course, that does give you another out. SGA usually good for about 30 to 35 in any given close game. And I mean, even in the blowout, he had 33 last time out. But I just think the plus money here for the boards alone is worth at least a half unit.
Yeah, I like anything for SGA. The points still scare me. We're at 32.5. That last game closed at 33.5. And he climbed over on the points. But the boards I can totally get. He's guarding Christian Brown. That is the guy that they're willing to leave more open. So open more often, I should say. So I would agree with that. And I also just agree with your quick tidbit on MPJ, which is like, buy low moment. I mean, and you could have said that last game. I'll be honest. Like last game, I was in the same. He was like 9.5 points. But the fact that this man's at 1.5 threes, and like you said, they're leaving him open on purpose. If you think the shoulder is playing a factor, then all right. But I mean, the shoulder looked fine like 3 games ago in that game 7 when he was wetting threes in that one. I don't know if he was just hopped up on the adrenaline of that game 7, but like it's not that long ago that we saw him wetting threes. So I'm not really like for MPJ. I wouldn't be going under. It's still a buy low spot for a guy that is at like 17.5 points per game in the regular season. I know it's the playoffs. I know your leash is shorter, but yeah, 25 minutes in a game that was a complete blowout is still like the equivalent of like 32 for him if it was a real game. So I think he would have gotten there for a few more shots even at that point. And it just takes one for that man to watch it go in, and then he can get there. So I'm agreeing that we should not be fading him and talk about that a little bit more. But let me close it out here, and I am going to take an under on Russ. Does seem like a natural segue because it would be, Michael Porter Jr.'s minutes that he was getting more of, but I'm taking an under on the 9.5 rebounds and assists for Russ. It's just, he doesn't have the ball in his hands in these situations to facilitate, or to rebound. This is what we were talking about last game, why we like the points, and I still like the points. 12.5 now for him. Like we hit it last game, got there with the 19. He's also one of the most blowout proof players in the history of the NBA, because I think he's actually oblivious to time and moment in an NBA game more often than you might think, in a good way, right? Like ignorance is bliss, and like he never stops going, right? In a way that's just like, it doesn't matter if he's down 30 or up 30, he's probably going 1-on-3 at times when he feels like it's a good shot for him. So I do like the points, but the under 9.5 rebound and assists is, the potentials are super far down now. The rebound chances for him aren't even there in this series. He's guarding SGA a lot when he is out there. And then switching at times onto the big when he needs to, and then they leave Jokic on SGA a bit. But I don't really like his chances rebounding against Ihart, who he's had to sort of pick up in a lot of spaces as well. Even on defense, like it's not that hard for a 7-footer to just go over the top of you, even Russ. So I don't like the boards for him at all. And for that standpoint, and if you look at his rebound chances now, he's at 5.5 per game. He's still at about 5.5 assists per potential assists, in the first two. So you don't like that either, right? Can't even get to above 6 normally on the potentials. And those are listed at about 3.5, which is relatively fair because you expect about 50-55%, but I like putting him together for the under. I don't think that even in 30 minutes, he like basically in 30 minutes a game, he's good for about 10 per game, but not in this situation with the assists. Especially, he's not the guy facilitating, he's the guy being left open. That's why the shot attempts are so high for him. That's why he is a guy that you like to score, because he will be allowed to do so more often than other guys, and he will force the situation in that way, but he can't really force the situation with the rebounds and assists nearly the same.
Yeah, bingo right there. I mean, it's just OKC is trying to hand you this bet. They're trying to give you the over on Russ's points and limit his other stuff, just by being more athletic on the wing. That it's more difficult for him to get in there for the offensive rebounds we saw in the last round. But they're more than happy with him hoisting threes. I mean, it is like plus 125 for him to get 2 threes, I believe, still. And yeah, again, they let 19 wide open threes go. And some of those are just going to fall, more of those to fall towards Russ, I think, in this game at home. And he's been hitting them in these playoffs. Like he might have actually worked on his game in the offseason.
Probably never too old to keep working on your game. But yeah, I think the role players are going to play better at home in Denver, raucous crowd, get the altitude. Do not discredit that 5280 elevation. So that is all the time we have for you in this one, though. Continue to follow along. It's up to that channel, so you can check out the other episodes we have up for you each and every weekday. And until we see you next, happy betting.